Great. So now that we have our website shut down to the outside world and it can't be indexed and the search engines will be okay when they come and see us, we need to take a next step where we want to ensure that as we move forward, we never fall backwards too far. Meaning, with each effort that we make, we stand a chance at actually causing issues on our site that in some cases may be irreparable, meaning you would have to start completely over. The way we avoid that is we do backups. We actually back up our website. Um, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another one of those plugins. We're going to go after another plugin, and we're going to go to plugins. And you can see the plugin that we installed in our previous lesson to do Ignite Up and stop the world from seeing our site until we're ready is there. It's active and it's doing its job at this point. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say that we want to add a new one by clicking on the Add New, which, by the way, you can do over here as well in this menu. Things are going a little slow for me at the moment, but that's okay. We're all good. And we're going to search for something called Updraft. Updraft is a great backup plugin that does a lot of extra things, and it really does help keep you safe as far as knowing that you're not falling too far backwards with the efforts that you make on your website. And here we can see it. Just as a side note, when I'm looking for plugins, some of the things I'm looking at are when's the last time it was updated. And this is a great example. If you look here, last time this one was updated was 7 years ago. And it's untested with our version of WordPress. That there immediately tells me I don't want anything to do with this plugin. Why? Because they're not keeping it up to date. They're not keeping up with the new releases of WordPress and the security concerns that happen out there. These guys are doing a great job with it. They're compatible with the version that we're on of WordPress. And then additionally, this is quite a number to see. 2,435 people gave this plugin a review, and they gave it's an average of a 5-star, and there's been over 1 million active installs. Just this information alone collectively is enough for you to say, you know what, I think I'm okay with this plugin. I'm going to go ahead and install it. So let's go ahead and click install. In later lessons, I'll show you how to safely install plugins and test them without affecting your current site. So while this is installing, we just got the activate, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to right away activate it. And you'll notice as it's activating, it takes us to the plugin screen, and now we want to go and we see that it's set up. We see that it's set up and it's ready to go. We could get to the settings through here, but I also want you to know that you can get to the settings through your setting menu over here, and Updraft Plus Backups is there. So we'll go ahead and go to the settings of the Updraft Plus Backups. Now in here we have a bunch of different information. We have our current status, which is telling us there's next scheduled backup. There's nothing scheduled. Last backup job run. We've never run one. We'll see that change after we do our first backup. This is where we go and see there are no existing backups. And then we can go into our settings. In our settings, we're basically saying file backup schedule manually and only maintain 2 backups, meaning if there's already 2 in there, the next one that we take will actually overwrite the oldest one and get rid of the oldest backup. And same thing with the database. What's really cool is these are all the external services that you could back up to your Google Drive, you could back up to your Dropbox, to another server, on and on and on. You can also choose, for now we'll leave defaults the way that they are. You can also choose for these, say don't back up themes, don't back up this, don't back up that, or don't, focus, leave this directory alone. Right now, the default settings that they have are perfect enough. The only thing that we might change here is we might go and take this up to about 6. And the reason I say take it up to about 6 is every time we install a plugin, we're going to do a backup. Whenever we make changes, we're going to do a backup. We want to be able to move backwards if we make changes that hurt us in such a way that it's just a waste of time to try to figure out and fix. So we can actually go to the last backup and restore it, and it will take us right back to where we were at that time. The advanced tools are very interesting, and we're not going to get into this. A lot of great things that you can do in here, and the plugins are awesome. I actually personally pay for this plugin, and I get all the premium gold plugins that they have available and use it all the time. So let's go over to current status, and at this point we're just going to say back it up. It'll come up with a dialog box, and it asks us if we want to include the database and include any files in the backup. And of course, for now, until we start learning more, we're going to take the defaults and we're going to say backup. So currently at the moment, what it's doing is it's gathering all the files and all the, well, actually it's looking at the files. You can see exactly what it's doing, and it created a zip file of them, and it made a backup of the database. And now we see that we actually have our last backup job was run on the February 4th at, well, on now. We can go and see that our existing backup jobs are in here, and they're broken up into pieces so that we can actually download or leverage different pieces instead of them all being clunked together. And if we had to restore the site, we would just click this button and it would go ahead and restore to exactly where we are now. As a result of that, I'm going to go ahead and close out this, and when we do our next video, our next lesson, we'll see how backup actually works when we install a plugin. So that'll be it for backups.